What do you mean Steven Gerrard was singing my intro? Play the clip.
A glorious.
No, I won't give in till I'm victorious.
Hello everyone, this is CJ Novo 992 and today we're back for another brand new video. Today's video, as you can tell by that deliciously clickbaity title, is all about King Kenny himself. Kenny Miller, sometimes known as King Kenny, sometimes Headless Chicken, sometimes Leak. The man's got many names, and what I've decided to do with this video is to give the Rangers fans a voice. I'm going to give my opinion for what it's worth, but also read out Twitters, and again, obviously, open up that comment section to get your opinion out on Kenny Miller's legacy at the Glasgow Rangers. The man has played for us at 3 separate occasions, obviously in his youth where he left, he played for Celtic, he came back, obviously came, played, then left to Turkey to get us a bit of money when we were going through our financial troubles, and obviously he joined in the Championship when there was a lot of questions going around the club and he didn't really know the direction the club was going, so he joined there, he came, scored goals in each and every time he was with the club. I think everyone can't doubt his effort when he pulled on the badge, and I think that's where I'm going to start this video off. Let's talk about Kenny Miller, the player. I'm sure we'll mention some of the other stuff, but let's focus on the player himself, okay? The man scored over 100 goals for the Glasgow Rangers. Again, I don't think anyone can fault his effort. Whenever he's pulled on the Rangers jersey, I think he would have fucking died on the field for Glasgow Rangers. You know what I mean? He started at striker, he plays left back, he plays midfield. I'm sure if we pulled the goalkeeper up for a corner in the 90th minute, Kenny Miller would be the first in back in goals to save a counter-attack. Loves a goal against Celtic, which I appreciate, but as you know, with that celebration, he also loves a goal for Celtic against Rangers. And I think that's where we need to move on to next. Now, let's talk about the Celtic thing. We need to address it because I can feel like it's going to be a majority thing against his status or against his legacy at the football club. Because the word Rangers legend gets brandied around nowadays. You know what I mean? Jason Cummins does this, squirts Scott Allen with a water boat when he's a Rangers legend. No. And I struggle with the Kenny Miller situation on. I just don't know how to class him. He has obviously played for Celtic, but some of our greats in the past, Mo Johnson's just another one who has played for Celtic, who has played for Rangers, has done amazing things for us. I think that's where he sits. And I don't want to seem to be like very small-minded in the fact, oh, he played for Celtic, so he can't be regarded as a legend. No, it's not that. It's the fact that he kissed the badge, he celebrated so hard when he scored for Celtic against Rangers. I think that takes some of the shine away from his legacy. Sorry if that seems small-minded or idiotic. I just think that is a step too far. Fair enough, you signed for the club, maybe Rangers weren't interested, you went to Celtic, obviously the money was maybe too good or that, it was a good move for your career at that time, but you didn't celebrate against Rangers, you just didn't do it. He's came back, obviously scored a lot of goals for Rangers against Celtic and celebrated just as hard, but for that sole reason himself, I can't regard him as a legend. Oh aye, before I continue with the video, I just want to say, remember last year, 12 months ago, roll back the clock, when I made a video saying, oh, Kenny Miller was going to flop in the past season, and I was fucking crucified from pillar to post, form after form, Facebook page after Facebook page, for daring to say anything bad about King Kenny's name. Now, 12 months later, he's left the club and he's fucking Judas 2.0. Where were these last year when I needed yous? Oh, I'm still nowhere that. Carrying on with the negatives, I think if you go back to the way he left the club, there's going to be a lot of questions asked. We will never ever find out the true reason that Kenny Miller was let go of the club, let's be honest with you. Well, that door will close and we'll never ever know. We've heard numerous stories that him and Murray had a physical confrontation. We've heard him, he was undermining the coaches in the dressing room, he was demanding to play. We've heard all this BS and I'm not even going to bore you with it. But what you do know is, you have got that kind of cloud around him. From the previous manager, there was all these talks about him undermining the manager, leaking things to the BBC. That's all around them questioning his character. And these things sort of add up, if I'm being honest with you. And again, I think that takes the shine away from his legacy at the football club. On the pitch, he was a fucking dynamite player for Rangers. He'd score goals, he'd work hard, he'd die. Off the pitch, it seems like it was a bit of a problem, even though we will never know the real reason if any of that is true. So what I'm trying to say in my own rambling, mumbling way is, I regard Kenny Miller as a fantastic servant for the football club. I wish him all the best at Livingston. I hope he absolutely kills it. He's the player manager now there, with a couple of talented Rangers players. He's got Ryan Hardy on loan, who I hope he plays every game with, and passes a lot of goals to Kenny. Please set the Greyhound up, because we need him scoring goals. You've obviously got Liam Kelly as well, who's now their permanent goalkeeper there, and obviously the former youth captain Hockett, or Hackett, I can't pronounce his name properly, it's kind of what I do. All at Livingston, there's even talks of him bringing other talented youngsters from the Rangers Academy to Livingston. That's all around, and that's the way it should be. I think we should look at Kenny Miller and just tip the cap and say, good luck, mate, thank you for everything you've done with the club. But I think it stops there. I don't think he's regarded as a Rangers legend. Again, that's just my point of view. But I've done enough rambling for this video. I'm about to jump to the sponsor break and obviously read out what Twitter thinks. How do you feel about Kenny Miller? Do you think he's a Rangers legend? Do you think he's a bit of a great servant? Or do you even think he's less than that? Do you not like him myself? Because I've seen some nasty shit posted online. I'm not going to get involved in that because, again, during the 90 minutes that he played for Rangers, I think he gave his all, and I will always respect him for that. But you know what time it is, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Grab your refreshments. 3, 2, 1. Sponsor break! Oh, I needed that. 17 minutes later, I've managed to find my phone. Guess where it was? Where I was tearing this room apart. It was right there underneath the sponsor break. When I lifted my sponsor break up, I knocked the phone down and I didn't hear it because of the loud music. So let's read out what Twitter had to say about Kenny Miller. 702 votes in the hour that was up. Thank you so much for getting involved with that. The question itself was, in your opinion, what's Kenny Miller's legacy at Rangers? So Uller got 3% of the vote, 16% voted none, he's just a decent player. Only 19% voted that he's a Rangers legend, but 62% surprisingly agrees with me and says great servant to the football club. Let's read out some of the comments here. Again, this isn't a negative or a knock on Kenny Miller saying he's not a legend. A great servant. There's been some tremendous servants in the past. I just didn't like branding the word legend. Maybe I say it now and again as a joke on a streamer when I'm talking about a video, or even when I'm talking about some players in the past. But if you asked me to put certain players in the Hall of Fame, would you put Kenny Miller in it? Not for me. Would you? Let me know down below. Scott Young says, great servant, he has given a lot to us and a lot of good memories, and he joined us in the Championship when no one else would, but no Rangers legend would play for Celtic. Andrew Wilson said, great servant, for most of his Rangers career he did a good job of getting his goals and won us certain games. He just had a bad last season for us, in which he gave his all, but he wasn't good enough, mainly because he was playing at the other end of the pitch. Also, don't know if he can be a legend since he played for Celtic. Kevin Wakeham says, great professional, great servant, nothing more. Ian McDougall says, he served us well, gave him his all. Shame it ended the way it did, and his stint on the dark side will forever deny him legendary status at Rangers. And again, Ian McDougall, man, you just nail it fucking perfectly. Liam Hamilton, again, the runner of the Siege and Over 992 fan page on Instagram. Despite him playing for Celtic, he's still a Rangers legend in my eyes. Gives 110% and plays for the badge. Just a shame Kashinya didn't like Miller and the fallout with Murty ruined it a bit at the end. Stephen Brown says, decent player, no way you can class him as a legend if you ply your trade at the Chamber of Secrets. But he gave his all on the park, and for that I wish him well. Chris Wright says, I chose other. He went from being a great servant to being a self-servant with the way things ended, unfortunately. Derek Neal says, 2 words, Tim Skelper. Mark Menzies, channel legend, says, honestly torn between the top two. The whole BBC thing and the way he's left has tarnished it for many. I see him as a legend, and I don't mean it as the way the word gets flung about. I think he's one of the few legends that we've had since the early 2000s. Again, mate, that's completely fair. Jordan Smith says, legend, came back to us in the Championship, played his part in getting us back where we belong, and got us third in our first season back. He carried us throughout that entire season. Healthy Telfer says, Rangers legend, keeps it short. Chris McLaughlin says, personally I saw him as a legend up until all the shite he supposedly caused at the end, kinda ruined his legacy. I agree with that, mate. It's just, I think you can ignore some things and rule them off, but when shit continues to get flung at the same person, you start to say, is there something going on? And the last one I'm actually going to read out comes from Tyson RFC, just because it's got loads of likes and loads of retweets. He says, can't be a legend if he wore a Celtic shirt. So that's been the people's reaction from Twitter. This has obviously been my reaction. What is yours? If you haven't already, you know what to do by now. I've been Siege and Over 92. Thank you for watching. If you don't mind smashing a like button on this video just to help it get seen because of how late it's going to be uploaded, I'd greatly appreciate that. And by the way, we're only 198 off 17,000 subscribers. How fucking nuts is that? I greatly appreciate that. Thank you for watching, and bye-bye.